Hello, this is I'm going to be playing Minecraft to try to get better at public speaking. I am not great at ad-libbing and just talking. I have a big presentation coming up soon, so I figured why not just try to get better while playing Minecraft. Just started this world here, killing some sheep to get a bed, trying to find a spot to settle down. But yeah, chicken jockey. What a cave. That is a really cool cave. I'm almost considering, do we settle near it somewhere, like here or there? No, he's burning. You're free. Ooh, music disc. Oh, that is so cool. I didn't know that existed. That is really cool. Okay. It's off to a great start. Let's check this out. Mine shaft down there, but there's a skeleton and I have no sword. So let's get away briefly here. I was going to do a hardcore world, but it sucks when you play a hardcore world for a while and then lose it, so I didn't want to do that. My goal with this is just to get better at talking. Like I said, I'm in public health. I want to be a biostatistician, so my ability to present is, kind of important, and I'm not great at talking, just, coming up with stuff on the fly, trying to improve, flow, not saying things like just crappy filler stuff that adds nothing. So I figured, what better way to do it than playing Minecraft? And if no one watches these, that's okay. My one goal is to have some fun playing Minecraft and get better with public speaking. So, if I can do those two things, then I've been successful. I'm going to pause the game briefly to get a drink. My hope is that, after 20, 30 episodes of this, that I can look back and say, hey, this was me, day one, saying things like, every other word. And this is me 30 times later after talking for extended periods of time for 30 minutes or longer. And you can see how much better I've got, and hopefully that can carry over to, just made a second crafting table on accident, dang it. Can carry over to school, work, that kind of thing, because I will be applying for jobs here within the next year or so, which is exciting but also kind of scary. I'm going to briefly pause the recording. I need to shut my door because my fiance is asleep. Okay, so I can talk a little louder now. Let me see if I can adjust the mic level here. Yeah, that should be a bit better. I can talk a little louder now. Shut my door because my fiance was sleeping. But yeah, so this is one heck of a cave. I almost want to do an Ethos Lab kind of cave base in here. That would be really cool, but gee, I mean, it's huge. got a lot to do before I get there, but my goal with these videos is just to kind of play Minecraft as like the background and just talk, whether that be about Minecraft itself or about any particular interest or literally just anything to get myself speaking. Just would like to get way better at speaking. That's not to say I want to go public speak all the time, but I would like to be better at it when necessary. And this is partly inspired by the Higher Up Wellness Challenge, which is primarily a TikTok thing, but I don't really want to post on TikTok because this is more fun. You can just play Minecraft and it doesn't have to be short and snappy and all that. It can just be me playing Minecraft and talking. And, you know, who doesn't love Minecraft? I guess my next thing is to smelt some of this food and potentially find a spot to sleep for the night, since we are coming upon it. I could settle in to this hole here if I have to, which I suppose I can sleep in the open for a night if that is necessary, since it's not hardcore, so it's not all that imperative that I am safe. But I don't know if I want to build a house in this area above. This is the Happy Ghast update, by the way, so I don't know if I want to build a house up here above or more so in this area where you can see the cave, because the cave is really cool. Maybe we go here and it looks down into there, or maybe potentially like we have like a upper level, lower level thing over here that we can see down into there. But I guess for now we will settle in to this little hole in the wall, so to speak, and yeah. So I guess I can share a bit more about myself. Let's see, I'm almost 23. I turn 23 next month. I am engaged. I will be married next year, which is really cool and exciting. I have a dog named Sadie. She's a golden doodle. Or my other dog, which was originally my fiance's dog, is a dachshund named Kevin. They're good dogs, really cool. I gotta stop saying this is why I'm doing this. My interests are, you know, Minecraft, obviously, games. I love Pokemon. I like the card game, even though I don't play it with anyone really. I like to keep up with it vaguely and play the Pocket TCG game. I love Lego. I've been getting into that lately. Just built a creeper in a McLaren car. I love F1. I love soccer. Manchester United, FC Cincinnati. Sometimes the video may be me talking entirely about a soccer game I watch, just because it's such a part of... I was getting a drink there. It's such a part of, you know, what I do in a week's time. I also like hockey a little bit. Yeah, those are my biggest interests. I also enjoy a bit of theology. I'm Lutheran, so it's, you know, I enjoy learning that kind of thing. I enjoy been learning Spanish on the side. Maybe one day I'll talk in Spanish, who knows, but wait on this mutton to smelt here. And then I suppose maybe we go into the cave a little bit. I don't know. The skeleton I need to kill. Let me see. Yeah, I guess we'll venture down just a little bit here, as safely as we can do so at this moment in time. These videos are going to be mostly unedited, because that's kind of the nature of this, is I just want to get better at talking and not having dead space and gaps in what I say, and being able to be, you know, articulate, come up with the things I want to say effectively, and just have more confidence in speaking, rather. So I feel like editing would just kind of, I don't know, defeat that, since it's not as raw and authentic, I suppose is the word. But yeah. So a bit more about what I do in school. I study biostatistics, so that means I spend a lot of time coding, primarily in R, which is a open source language, kind of adjacent to MATLAB in a way. I've also been learning Python, but most of my work is primarily in R. It's mostly statistical analysis plus like data visualization and presentation with like packages such as RShiny, which allows you to develop nice web apps using R code, and it's a nice way to, display things that you have learned, your findings, all that, just on the internet, and you don't have to use any outside code like JavaScript or any other web development programming. You can just do it all within R, which is really nice. You can run it from R, deploy it from R. It's really nice. But yeah, so I'm interning in my state public health department at the moment, which is really fun, but funding is getting cut soon, so that is ending in a couple weeks here, and I have a presentation to the whole department, which is about 50 to 60 people, of an app I built using some CDC data. So this is, primarily a motivator for that. I'd like to be better at talking by then. It's not in person, I don't believe, but still, it's a little nerve-wracking because these people may be the ones who I need a job from in a year or so, but it's another daunting thing coming up is applying for jobs. I don't know. I want to apply in the Northeast. I currently live in the South, Midwest-ish area. I live in Kentucky, so I want to apply in the surrounding area, or I want to apply in the Northeast. I think it'd be really cool to at least go there for a little while, work. The jobs are, for public health, are pretty decent up there, so that also helps. Thanks to there being a lot of great universities up there, especially with the Ivy League and all of that. So let me see if I can find my way back to my little camp here. Would have been nice to find some easy iron. Plenty of coal, which is nice. You can never have too much coal. Tons of monsters, though. Holy smokes. Going to have to be very careful as I go down into this cave. Mine shaft there, which could be nice to explore. I guess I'll continue getting this coal, at least until my pickaxe breaks. This is my first time playing the Happy Gas update. I haven't played Minecraft, a long dedicated world, and I don't know, it's been a little bit. I've done the classic 2-week Minecraft phase with friends in past years where we start a realm, everyone plays a ton in the first couple of days, and then slowly we taper off, and after a couple weeks there's only one of us on, and then eventually there's no one on. I've been seeing a lot of Minecraft on YouTube. The civilization video was really cool. I've been getting back into the Hermitcraft people, watching them, so it's just, and I've wanted to do this public speaking thing, or not even public speaking, but just try to get better at talking in general thing for a little while now. So I figured, mesh 2 interest, maybe it's productive, maybe it's not, but it'll at least be enjoyable. So that was kind of my thought process there. I guess I'll smelt this iron. If I can get some armor going, I will go down into that cave, but in the meantime, I suppose I will go collect more wood, potentially, and maybe begin thinking about a base, a house, something that looks nice in this area with the cave. Like, I don't know if I want to build under here. I'm not the best builder. Let's see. It's hard because this cave is really cool, and I don't want to just slap something up, and I feel like I can build something really cool here. Let me see what's over in the surrounding area. That's cool, but not as cool. Got savanna biome there, small mountain there. I'm gonna keep running this way a bit. Maybe we'll find a village. Boy, would that be nice. Would love to get some early villager trades going. That can really just make the game pretty, not easy, but make it much more efficient. I will kill this cow though. Oh, this is a really cool lake. Oh. suppose I should get some seeds to start farming wheat as well so I can breed the animals. So we have a lake there, we have the cave there, the bit of a river slash lake feature there, kind of close to the cave, so maybe that is worth thinking about. Over here it appears more. Let me up my render distance on video settings. Let's just crank it to 32 briefly so we can really see what's going on here. Is that a village over there? I don't have Optifine, but I believe it is. So let me build a bit of a beacon for myself here, if you will, so that I do not get lost going to the village. But I think I will go ahead. Let me crank this view distance back down a bit. I think I will go ahead and go over to that village to try to get myself some blacksmith's chest. Would be incredible, but some crops, some hay bales would be great. Just having the villagers this close to home is also really nice. So let's see what they got. I've watched a bit of Luke the Notable again lately, and he always really takes advantage of the villager trades, and something when I played Minecraft recently I've never really done before. So I'd like to learn more about villager trading. I know they changed it a bit. Here's some hay bales. That's incredible. I know they changed it a bit previously. I have built an iron farm in the past that I'll admit didn't work great. There's already your librarian there, which is nice because everyone knows you want that mending book. There's his workstation, I presume, at the lectern there. This is just coming to me, but another hobby I have is reading, and I have been reading Percy Jackson of late. I never read it as a kid, and I've been really enjoying it. Chest. Those potatoes are actually incredible. We can plant those back home and get some nice bit of crops going, so we won't have to worry about food as much. And the hay bales will also be great because I no longer need to get those seeds as urgently and can get animal farms going, which is really good because I can get this nice steady food source like steak rather than just having to kill a few animals here or there and all that. Looks like we have a cartographer. I think this is. No, this isn't a cartographer. A weapon person? I can't remember. It's been a while. But I suppose what I should do is, I still can't believe we got the Lava Chicken music disc. That was actually so cool. I don't know. Dang it, I'm going to have to use wood for a hoe. That's kind of tragic, but I don't know the odds of that happening. I haven't really even. I'm glad I actually killed it. I suppose if it had burned, I wouldn't have gotten the disc. So as soon as I get a diamond that's not having to be used for tools of some form, I will be playing that music disc. I did see the Minecraft movie in theaters. It was quite the experience. I really liked the movie. Obviously it's not a serious movie, but it was funny. It was entertaining. You know, what more could you want? Looks like there's a wandering trader down there. And I loved Napoleon Dynamite as a kid and still do, so it was cool to see all the subtle nods to that since they have the same director. I guess we'll kick this guy out of his bed for the night. I have no idea how long I've been going for here. Whoops, just typed in the chat. But I suppose we'll keep playing, at least for a little bit. Ooh, let's see what this guy has. A lot of coral blocks, pink dye, cherry logs are cool. Thought about getting a texture pack to play with. I remember back when I used to play on my mom's old work laptop. I used to use Faithful 32 by 32, I think it was, or maybe there's my beacon. 64 by 64 it was, but I remember Allier used to play in his world with it, and it was very popular at the time. He wasn't the only one, but it was a really nice, smooth-looking texture pack. But after not having played in so long, I kind of want to just use the vanilla textures and enjoy those for what they're worth. So I guess now, I haven't seen these before. What is the firefly bush? Minecraft also has a lot of different varying music now, in addition to the C418's Minecraft Volume Alpha. That was the only album when I originally played Minecraft back on the Xbox 360, which I'm sure many of us, or at least people my age, are all in that same boat. Started on the 360. I remember one time I downloaded it on my dad's desktop that wasn't very good at all, just to feel what it was like to craft with a mouse, and I spawned in the jungle. I remember it vividly. It was only the demo, and the computer dang near exploded, but it was a really cool memory. So I think I'm back, yes. Maybe we can make that run down through there, potentially. It'd be really cool as an entrance into the cave. Maybe we eventually move things down into there, and that waterway serves as kind of like a rail system to get through the... Let me make sure the music isn't too loud here. Yeah, I'll turn it down to 6. I hope the iron is smelting nicely. Let's see. Got plenty of hay bales now, tons of wheat. Probably didn't need to transform all of that, but that's okay. So for now, I'll do the basic slap a chest in the middle of your world and call it a day. And I will grab out a stack or two, make some bread, and I suppose I should make fences for animals, but I don't know. I don't really want to bring them into the cave. I don't suppose that's the greatest idea ever. I think maybe we have a house like here, and the cave serves as like a secret kind of extended basement, so to speak, maybe. I don't know, I think that could be cool. Trying to see if I see any cows around. Be nice to get that leather and steak supply going early on into the world. Let me see here. Not seeing any. I think there are a bunch back that way, but I do need to at first decide anyway where I'm going to place my house, and where I'll place the farms. Maybe the farms go here and the house is here. Yeah, that could be decent. Let's kind of like these two big trees here. I'm thinking we smack the house right here. I kind of want to go with a like old school Minecraft house where it's like not great for current standards, but back in 2012 it would have been the best house of all your friends' worlds. So definitely need some lights under here because this is dark. This is begging for monsters to spawn. There we go. That's a bit better. Makes me feel a bit safer. So let me... So... 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just kind of going off really nothing here. Just kind of freestyling a house a little bit. So my plan is that this area will kind of be like, these will be a bit higher also, but the vision is like have this duplicated over here, and then the door of the house is actually like back here, kind of under the like this giant front awning porch kind of overlook thing, if you will. Although I suppose the overlook wouldn't do much purpose here. Yeah, because there's nothing to look at. I suppose it would probably be better overlooking here. Maybe we have like, this is the house, and up there will eventually be a level where there's an overlook, and then there's also like a back area to look down into there where you can go into the cave for like certain farms and stuff. Would be cool. So I guess I will, given those change of plans, I don't want it to be totally square, although I guess this is Minecraft. Like I said, I was never the best builder, but let me see. I don't know what shape to even go with here. Maybe we just do this. Classic. It's never led anyone astray. So I don't know how high I want these to. I suppose I should use something other than wool there as well. Let me get some dirt. Let me make this a bit higher here. I don't know how high I want those to go though, because you make them too high and it's going to look a little, weird. So if this is the first area of the house, then I'm thinking, I don't know, to be up there would have to be a really just probably too big house, honestly, especially for this early on. I suppose maybe go with the original plan anyway and just see how it looks, but then you have to tear it down if it doesn't look good. This is always the difficult part of this whole, wearing a Ronaldo skin by the way, building a house, that kind of thing is always a little difficult for me anyway, because I'm like, I know what I want to do, but I don't have the resources to do it early game, and then I don't want to have a starter base that's just there and ugly. And so, maybe we don't build a house at all at the minute. Maybe we just build a base and we just focus on making this cave area our base rather than just having a traditional Minecraft house. Maybe we can make that corner over there where I've been camping currently, maybe we can make that into a bit of a nicer area so that it has a look of a traditional house in Minecraft, but it's not as bland, but it's also not a traditional Minecraft house that eventually will be in the way and ugly, and as you expand the world. I don't know how often I'll upload these. I would like to do, a couple a week at least, couple every 3-4 days, so 2-3 a week would be nice. Maybe more, maybe less once school starts. So maybe I should hollow a bit of this out here. And we can kind of go for a look as where the wood is holding up this kind of cliff edge would be cool. Maybe give it a mining kind of feel, since for one it is Minecraft, for two we're putting a base on the side of a cave. So let me keep on mining. It's another thing about no editing, we have to watch the mining. So that's just the fun of it. There's nothing more entertaining than watching some dirt terraforming on YouTube. I remember, like, old school Minecraft YouTubers used to show everything, like all the terraforming, and now it's all cut and nice and snappy TikTok style. And there's still some people that do the old style videos, like Etho, I really enjoy. He still kind of does that old methodical, like, Minecraft, like, just slower, not hyper-produced style of content, which I really appreciate and enjoy. But looks like we're coming up on another night here, so I suppose I should sleep soon, because I don't want too many monsters spawning down here. That would become a nightmare quickly, because I don't have the capabilities of killing. Well, I could, but I don't really want to. I guess that's the trick there. Got 21 iron now. Guess we'll chuck some of this in here for the moment. I suppose with that 21 iron, once I get something basic set up here, we could journey into the cave and explore that mine shaft and stuff a bit more, since we do need some nicer resources. Some diamonds will be perfect, but maybe we can find another music disc from the mine shaft, or maybe even a spawner would be cool to have this close, so that you can make a farm down there and kind of incorporate that into the cave base if we end up going that direction. Since this is primarily just a way for me to get better at talking, and I've always kind of wanted to, create some sort of video or something. Probably the nicest part of these videos will maybe be the thumbnails, if we're lucky. I don't even know what my channel name will be. I probably will just chuck them on YouTube, and that will be that, because I just want to get better at public speaking, like I said, or just talking in general, not even public speaking, and it's not restricted. But I watched Superman yesterday. It was one of the best movies, not even just superhero movies, one of the best movies, period, that I've seen, maybe ever. Just the messaging, the acting, it was the story. I'd never really watched DC. I was more of a Marvel person before, but gosh, that movie was really special. And the actor for Superman, I'm blanking on his name. I know it's Corn something is his last name. And he just really, I don't know, he portrayed a character that seemed to really resonate with a lot of people. And it was just a very, I don't know if heartwarming's the word, but it was a great movie. So now that this is cleared out, let me kind of make this look a little natural here. Yeah, it's a bit better there. Ooh, there's some iron that I've just uncovered for myself there. Nice. So I'm not a great builder, like I say. Maybe we coat the ceiling in wood, but then that kind of takes away the look that it's being. No, I think we go with the beams. And do we go with 1 block wide beams? I think for this corner we probably have to. So let's take these up to the ceiling, and then at the tops I will place some stairs and slabs to kind of give it like a reinforced, kind of, this is holding up the cliffside look, rather than just this is a beam in Minecraft. Kind of increase the immersiveness of it all. Okay, so that's correct. Maybe we can like branch some off to appear to hold up the sides here as well. So let me make some stairs quickly. I realize that I've stopped talking, which isn't the goal of this. Realize that I am saying nothing at the moment. Oh, I'm out of wood as well. Well, my plan is to, it's one of the most incredible Minecraft songs ever, fades in. Something like this, maybe with slabs, I think would look nice. Like slabs in the corners, so let me remove that. God, there. I'll have to bring the ceiling down here, which is okay. Let me go grab some oak wood, but I will probably end this episode as soon as I finish this. about. I have no idea what we'll talk about the next time, but I guess that's the fun of it. Maybe soccer, maybe Naruto, which I've been watching slowly, is because I watched a bit of it a few years ago. I enjoyed it, but I watched a lot quickly, and I guess I kind of got burnt out. But I'm going to Japan next year on a honeymoon, so I really want to have watched it so I can go to the Naruto theme park and all of that fun stuff and be able to really appreciate it. Watched a few other anime such as Attack on Titan, which I loved, probably my favorite show ever. Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer I've not caught up on fully. Solo Leveling I'm caught up on. I've watched Hell's Paradise. I watched Freerun, which was really good. Okay, I like that. I think if we fill that up with stone there, I think that can look nice. Then maybe we carve some storage out here, or bedroom or something. I think that'll look nice. Let me put our music disc lava chicken in here. I still can't believe we found that right off the bat. That was crazy. But some spiders there. I guess next episode I will focus on building the house, and then going into not the house, but just finishing this little area off, and then go mining, I think. So I guess this is the end of the first episode. If anyone at all is even hearing this, thanks for checking it out. If no one at all is hearing this, at least I've done it. I feel like I will eventually get better at talking and more confident in speaking, which is the goal, and I get to have fun playing Minecraft along the way. So yeah, I guess I'll be back for episode 2 whenever that may be, hopefully in a couple days, and I will see you next time.